5:30. We're going to call the meeting to order. We have the reading of the district mission statement. I'm just going to say one thing in regards to it. Kurt, you and I have talked, and that I think we have an administration that is on the right plan, right focus, and everything else. I'll be honest with you, I'm not pointing fingers at anyone, but I certainly, until we start seeing levels of test scores that they should be, I don't know about this mission statement, excellence without excuse and whatnot. So I'm not going to say it until we start getting the test scores, and I'll take responsibility. It's not just one person, one group, but if we want to continue to say the mission statement, fine by me. So with that being said, does anybody want to read the mission statement?
Our district will empower learning, energize achievement, and enhance community excellence without excuse.
Thank you, Tim. All right, do we have any additional items for the agenda? No? All right, let's make a motion to approve the agenda as presented. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
That's Tim Johnson. Do we have a second?
Second.
That is Elke. Do we have any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes 6-0. Number 5, recognition of visitors in open forum. No one has signed up for the open forum, and we do not have anybody here in the grandstands, so we're good to go. Item number 6, reports and presentations. Committee reports. Has anybody have anything to say, non-certs or anything? Yeah, I think you probably met as a group, or did you not meet
No.
with the other group?
No, we
Okay,
never
then we're-
did end up meeting with
Okay.
them, so,
All right.
but I think everything's good to go.
Okay.
Kurt, do you have an update from Jason on the locker rooms, the boys' locker room?
Yeah, it was getting tiled today.
Okay,
Hopefully completion date is Thursday of this week.
okay, good.
All right, superintendent's report.
My only thing is just wanted to say thank you to our staff for an excellent start to the school year. Had a great back-to-school workshop week, and to see our staff care for students no matter what their role is, and to go out of our way to make students welcome here at JWP was outstanding. So it's the only comment that I wanted to make.
Okay. All right. Well, I must say, I think this goes for the whole board. I think you're doing a great job and whatnot, so we're glad to have you on board. And we've heard a lot of good things from the staff and everyone else, so
Thank you.
props. All right, business manager report. It's Matt Moline.
All right, if you want to click the link. Later on in this meeting, you'll be asked to approve certifying the preliminary levy at maximum. Just looking at some changes from last levy to this levy are the market value. So that's not anything we control. That's the county assessor going out has really increased. So with that, we are going to see a levy increase to the taxpayers. As I was trying to break it down into simple terms, but the residential market value, or the RMV, there is really what drove the increase. So in our area, that was a $15 million plus increase, and most of our levy is derived from that value. So that's the two items below at the very bottom is the levy based on those two. As you can see, we had the most increase in that area, so it kind of follows through. And then in the middle there is just each fund's. So I think it ended up being just south of 9%. I will say though, as far as actual bills out to our taxpayers as well, it shouldn't see as dramatic increase because of that egg tax credit. So most of our holders of egg land should see that credit come through as a nice benefit. So just wanted to point out why it's going up. It wasn't anything like we asked for more money or something we did. So just the valuation change there. So also, I guess another thing not to do with this attachment, but in a I think it's part E on the agenda, but our enrollment is gonna come in lower than we anticipated. When we planned our budget, we were gonna be at 670. Right now, we're at 650, so I will be modifying our revenue budget at least.
Yeah, we can go to it. Once you, we'll go to it here.
Sure. So just with some late changes right here at the start of school, we, like I said, we'll be about 20 short on students. Wasn't like any one grade. We did look at our target for classroom sizes, and every one of our grades are still there. So it's not, you know, we don't have any issues with that. We're just, like I said, we'll modify that. So revenue will come on, you know, coming shorter than we had budgeted, but expenditures will be about the same. So I think earlier we had budgeted with a little gain. It might be more breaking even at this point, but I'll know more next month and have that revision ready to go. So that's the end of my spiel.
So going back, Matt, if the market value would have stayed the same, then the taxpayers would not have seen an increase at all, correct?
I can't say 100%, but like I said, it wasn't anything action of the school district that drove the increase. So, but you know, they change
On
the
our
formulas all the time. So, yeah.
On our end, though?
Right.
Okay. All right.
But that's just the levy dollars, right?
Right.
Yes.
So that's something we do have control over, because we do not have to max out our levy authorization.
Right. Yeah. This is the preliminary. We still have the ability before December to levy less than the max if that's something we're interested in.
So with the market value going up, and if we were to max out to a levy, how much more dollars are we bringing in because of that?
Well, that was like what?
Maybe I missed.
You want me to go back?
But,
Yeah.
like for the general fund, it was 130,000 more than last year.
And that's all just because the market value went up. So
Right.
we're increasing the taxes on, not because we're trying to, but because the market value went up, the taxpayers' dollars that they're gonna have to pay in is going up
Right.
accordingly, unless we adjust our levy.
Right.
Okay.
But, you know, just like your tax statement will show, here's the value of your house last year, here's what it is this year. It went up, therefore your taxes, I mean, logically, it kind of follows with what's going on, so.
Like I said, you expect we're gonna kind of play it equal on with the enrollment and everything else, and how you've always done a great job budgeting, so.
Right. Well, I think when we preliminary budget, it was about $250,000, which, and I plugged in the new student counts into their spreadsheet, but there's a lot of trickle-down effect of student counts, so
Yeah.
I originally came up with a number, but I just want to double-check before I bring anything officially forward, so.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions for Matt?
I will add one or two things. I'll continue to put enrollments on our board agenda just to keep you in the loop, because that, of course, is the biggest driver of our revenue. So I'll make sure that happens. And number two, I think Matt was alluding to, we'll get into some details at our finance committee meeting next month that we have after this board meeting. He can have some preliminary results, but we can dive in and answer some questions there.
And Kurt, you said when it comes to enrollment that you have been calling out to the people that have not, that may have moved out of the school district, just to double check, correct?
Exactly, yep. We've had 19 preliminary ones, or 19 move. I've been able to get a hold of like 8 or 9 of them, left messages for a couple more, and still got a couple more to reach. So yes, if they do leave our district, they do get a call from me, which was started by Bill before, and I just continue that tradition.
Okay.
Do numbers count, like say seniors, kids that are in post-secondary? Does that still count towards us? If like they're full-time in college, do we still get that enrollment number here?
I don't know the answer to that question.
I believe that's the case,
I
yeah.
believe
We
so.
still put them in Mars and count them as our student, so.
Let's double check. We'll get back to you on that.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else for Matt? Okay, hey, thanks, Matt. Again, you do a great job, so much appreciated. All right, Activities Director, Community Education Coordinator Report.
Awesome, showed up at just the right time.
Probably watching it online, knew when to go.
Yep, I was ready. I was in my office, and here we go. No, activities are going really well. Everything's been smooth for the most part. We have separated the junior high volleyball team into 2 teams, just so parents don't have to go to the entire game. I think we have 20, not 20 some, but we have about upper teens of 7th grade volleyball players. So we separated those into 2 teams, and so parents can just come and watch their daughter play in one game and not come and sit through a lot of rotations and only get a couple minutes of her daughter play. That's been the one adjustment that we've made for the fall. Other than that, it's been going very well. Pep band, it was our first day with our community pep band on Friday, and I thought community pep band was a phenomenal turnout. I think we had 5 or 6 community members there, and I thought they sounded very good. Definitely moving in the right direction. Hopefully, we'll keep building on that. That's been fun to see. On the community ed side of things, we're getting underway with Miss Steinberg's classes. She's posted all of her classes for the whole year, so hopefully that works out. It's been in the newsletter, and it's been on Peach Jar, so we are excited to see what that does for us. And then also dance. Miss Nicole is back. She works at JWP, and she's back with community ed dance, and so that's going to start up tomorrow. Any questions for me?
Can I make a comment?
Yeah.
I would like just to recognize, of course, we've all seen what Ryan is able to do in our activities department, but it's fun to actually see him after school as well in our after-school care. And for the past week, he has been in the media center working with 3, 4, and 5-year-olds and getting norms and routines down, and spends about an hour a day with them, which is behind the scenes, but just does an extraordinary job working with our kids.
And to clarify that, yeah, we're helping just get the routine down and making sure that we're not pulling books out of the bookshelf before we sit down, and we're going to our spots, and then we're lining up because we split it up a little bit. Our kindergarten and 1st grade are going to the commons for snack right away, while our older kids are doing an activity, whether that's drawing from a YouTube video, whether that's doing some sort of lesson before they go to snack, and then we switch. And then we either go outside or are in here depending on the weather. And I'm going to put those crayons away because that's our crayons. Those are-
Did you say that,
Johnson took them out.
did you say that there's 2 7th grade teams, or a 7th grade team and an 8th grade team?
There's 2 7th grade teams and an 8th grade
And
team.
so 3
So
junior
we're
high.
rotating, like we have a blue and a silver.
Okay.
We rotate those teams, and then there's been a handful of teams that we've added. So we're going to Dakota Meadows, and they have 2 7th grade teams, so
Okay.
we're playing 2 7th grade games. And we also added Trinity to the schedule to
Good.
add those games.
Thanks, Ryan. Keep up the great work. All right, we already went through enrollment, recognition of new continuing contracts for certified staff, so. There we go. No action item, just if anybody's got any questions. All right, none? All right, let's move to item number 7. Let's have a motion to approve under consent agenda. As always, you're able to pull any item out if you so choose. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
That is Laura. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
That is Tim Johnson. Oh, did I say Laura? I'm sorry. I apologize. Kendra, I apologize. Kendra and then Tim Johnson, but maybe I should say Tim Elke, since I messed up with Kendra. So, all right. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes 6-0. All right, old business. Approval of policies with substantial changes. The new policies need to be revised and will be available on the district website by contacting the district office. Is this a second reading or first?
Third reading.
Third
So
reading.
this is
now.
actual approval.
Okay, and I believe this is a resolution vote or no?
I don't believe so.
Okay, all right, I didn't, for policy. Okay. We will have, this is all under consent agenda also?
No, this is old
Okay.
business since we've reviewed them.
Okay, so do you have a motion on item 1, under 8.1, 419 tobacco-free environment? Do we have a motion?
So moved.
That is Kendra.
I'll second.
That's Tim Burke. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes 6-0. Item number 2, 532, policy use of peace officers and crisis teams to remove students with IEPs from school grounds. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
That is Tim Johnson. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
That's Tim Elke. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes 6-0. Item number 3, policy 603, curriculum development. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
That is Katie. Is there a second?
I'll second.
That's Kendra. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes 6-0. All right, item number 4, policy number 611. Do we have a motion for homeschooling? Do we have a motion?
So moved.
That's Tim Johnson. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
That is Katie. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes 6-0. Item number 5, policy 618, assessment of student achievement. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
That is Tim Burke. Is there a second?
I'll second.
That is Kendra. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes 6-0. Item number 6, policy number 624, online learning options. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
That is Tim Johnson. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
That is Tim Elke. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes 6-0. Item number 7, policy number 713, student activity accounting. Is there a motion?
So moved.
That is Kendra. Is there a second?
I'll second.
That's Tim Burke. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes 6-0. All right, 8B, this is the second reading, so we will, do we have any questions in regards to that? No. All right. And then, new business, item number A, we need to repeal policy 617, school district insurance proprietary at high school standards. All right, so we're repealing that. Okay. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
That's good. Tim Johnson, is there a second?
I'll second.
That's Kendra.
I will add a comment in this
Okay,
one.
discussion?
Yeah. As you can tell, profiles of learning is what this one alludes to, which we used back in the 2000s, no longer used by Minnesota Department of Education. So you'd see other school boards repealing this as well, as it's no longer needed.
Okay. All right, is there any other discussion? Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. All those, sorry, had a, motion passes 6-0. All right, wow. I think I had a stroke there for a second. All right, item number B, motion to approve certified maximum preliminary levy authority. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
That is Katie. Is there a second?
I'll second.
That's Tim Burke. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes 6-0. Item number 9C. Do we have a motion to approve the 2019 through 2021 paraprofessional contract? Do we have a motion?
So moved.
That is Tim Burke, and who is,
I didn't say
Tim
anything.
Milky, and who is Kendra, is, got the second. Is there any discussion on this? No? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes 6-0. Item number 10, these are the upcoming meetings or reminders. September 30th is a joint meeting with the Janesville City Council right here, correct? Yep. And then, of course, you see the October 1st, you've probably seen the emails on the special meeting at the Waseca Central Building. You're supposed to RSVP or accept. I don't know, it didn't sound like there's, has anybody on the board here accepted? No?
Can't make it.
Because it's, I actually have a conflict myself.
I did it last year.
But.
I do
something-
plan on going.
Okay, unless things change, then I might join you, but right at this point, I have a conflict. It didn't sound like there was only 3 attending per that email, I think, at this point, with the other school districts. It's not just us, it's New Richland, Waseca, and is there anybody else? Waterville?
Waterville.
So, okay, all right, then remember, who's ever on the finance committee, October 7th, after our study session, followed by the regular meeting on the 21st, study